So, do you know or do you use crypto domain names or even ENS? I don't think so. It is a product that is not very known and it is really underrated in the crypto universe. And yet I think it risks becoming mandatory when we really want to dig into the DeFi in the future, and therefore we might as well take advantage of acquiring one while it's still inexpensive. If you are interested in this, then come along because I will explain it to you right now. Today we are meeting for a new video, and this time we are going to talk about crypto domain names, ENS. And if you don't know anything about it, don't worry, I will explain everything to you in a super simple way. So what is a crypto domain name? Well, you may have already heard about it on Web 2, on the classic internet. Well, this is quite simply what will allow you to access a website, for example, for eBay. The domain name will be ebay.com or ebay.uk, that sort of thing. A crypto domain name is exactly the same thing, and that will allow us to do a lot of things on Web3, therefore on the decentralized web. This will perhaps be less interesting for us, who are ordinary crypto users, but it can allow us, for example, to have a domain name and create a website on the web3.crypto instead of .com, for example, .blockchain, .bitcoin, or even .ethereum. But there is another way to use ENS and crypto domain names, and it will just come down to simplify your wallet address. You know that wallet address that you have on the MetaMask wallet, for example, which is a complex series of alphanumerical characters, impossible to remember by heart, really uncomfortable for the human eye, is not user-friendly at all. If you meet someone and you want to get paid in crypto, you have to copy and paste them. And if you don't have access to your phone or your computer, well, you won't remember your address directly in your head. An ENS, a crypto domain name, will allow you to transform this complex address into something really simple, easily identifiable and memorizable for a human, like an email address, for example. If your name is Julien Dupont, it could be juliendupont@hotmail.com. And your crypto domain name, your ENS, it could be juliendupont.ethereum, for example, or juliendupont.bitcoin, juliendupont.crypto. You see that right away. It's much simpler, much easier to share, and it ends up resolving a lot of mistakes, especially for beginners who are handling crypto addresses for the first time. Wallets can make things easier for you if you want to send crypto to someone, or if you want to make crypto transfers between your wallets. You know that this wallet will have this name and you can directly use this domain name, this ENS, to make your transfers on MetaMask. It's super simple. Another use for ENS is that potentially it will allow us to be qualified as a human, as a non-bot, and it could be a mandatory eligibility criterion for obtaining airdrops, for example. Perhaps in the future it could be a criterion which will allow us to have airdrops, while people who do not have ENS, well, they may be excluded from some airdrops. So for those who are really looking to form airdrops at the DeFi level, well, I can only advise you to still obtain a domain name and renew it every year with $5. It's $5 you lost, but it's easy to use for your wallet. And then it may be an eligibility criterion, which will allow you to have more money in the future. So where can I get crypto domain names? There are two solutions that I know of, the two major solutions. It will be the Unstoppable Domain, who are the pioneers in this platform, and they are the ones who contributed to the invention of this service, I believe. It was in 2018, 2019. Or on ENS.domains. They imitated Unstoppable Domain, and they did that in .ethereum. And it is directly compatible with the native Ethereum network, for example on MetaMask. That's precisely their strength. But hey, the first to arrive was Unstoppable Domain. Both platforms still have their advantages and disadvantages. I'm going to show you this right now, so how does it work? Let's say your name is Julien Dupont, Dupont with one T, and you want to obtain a domain name based on your name to link it to your wallet. Well, quite simply, you can go, for example, to the Unstoppable Domain. You will do a search and you can see that it offers you different things like .x. For example, .crypto, .nft, .wallet, .polygon, .ethereum. And you can see that there are different amounts when you acquire a domain name on Unstoppable Domain. You will pay for it once and it will belong to you for life. So you will obtain this domain in the form of an NFT. And because of this, it's your digital property. Once you buy it, it's yours until you resell it. And of course, it is possible to sell your property titles in a domain name, in crypto, in .ethereum, and so on an NFT exchange platform like OpenSea, for example. I'll show you that later. You should know that not all domain names are compatible with all applications in the moment, and that's a shame. For example, .crypto, .polygon, .wallet, .bitcoin, it's not going to be available directly via your MetaMask. In any case, I haven't managed to do it. So I think it's not possible for the moment, but it is accessible with other applications. For example, with a Coinbase wallet, it works directly, and Trust Wallet will be compatible. I believe that you have more than 800 applications, which will be compatible directly and natively, but that will not be the case on MetaMask, unfortunately. If you want to send Ether on your MetaMask using your domain name, you will not be able to do it directly with MetaMask. You can do it with a ledger, it seems to me, you can do it with your Ethereum wallet directly, that won't be a problem. But if you want to increase compatibility directly on your Ether network with your MetaMask wallet, we will have to take a .ethereum and then we will be the first to get his hands on it. Well, it's ENS.domains, so .ethereum. You can buy them both here on Unstoppable Domain and on the site ENS.domain. In any case, if you found this video interesting to you today, don't hesitate to let me know by giving me a like. And if you like the content of my videos, well, ponder to subscribe to the YouTube channel at least, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. The difference with other domain names in .eth compared to others, as you see here, is that you pay an amount once the title deed belongs to you in the form of an NFT and it's for life. As long as you don't sell it, it belongs to you. While they weren't really cool at the ENS.domain was when they got their hands on it. Well, they modeled it on a traditional domain names, .com, .uk, and it's a year-round rental. That is to say that you have to pay $10 in fees, and you will have to add a subscription, which will be done annually, and I think that's a really misstep on their part. We are moving away a little from the crypto idea where we want to escape the traditional system. We really want to have our property and for it to be for life. So there you go, they added an annual subscription, which is not excessive either. We are talking about $5 for example for this annual subscription, and depending on the number of years for which we are going to register our domain, well, we're going to add a fee of 5 here, it goes to 10 for 2 years, it goes to 15 for 3 years, etc, etc, and we are obliged to renew it every year, under the penalty of seeing our domain name bought by someone else. And if you build, for example, a website with your domain, or if you linked it to MetaMask and people are used to using it to pay us and we lose our domain name, it immediately becomes problematic. And that's why I think it is really a low blow on the part of ENS. But hey, now it's like this, so we have no choice but to deal with it. So if I had to choose a platform to buy a domain name, you can see that here Julien Dupont is also there, accessible on ENS.domain. Since for the moment it is never been purchased, you see that it is available if I had to choose one platform rather than another to use. Well, I would choose Unstoppable Domain precisely to punish a little bit the ENS.domain platform. I will not use this platform if I can use another platform because they are the ones who introduced this annual subscription rule and I am completely against it. I give them the red card, and if I can give fees to another platform, I will do precisely that, to punish them for having established this annual subscription. Which was not the case. I can call back to 2018, 2019 on Unstoppable Domain and all the other crypto domain names that had been established at Unstoppable Domain. So good point for Unstoppable Domain. If I have to make a transaction, I do it on this platform. I prefer to give them my expenses rather than to ENS, who clearly screwed up. So despite everything, it's still a good product and I'm going to show you how to use it. For example, here, let's say that I'm going to buy it for a year. I could go to checkout, I could pay by credit card, by PayPal, or directly by crypto. With payment on the Ether network, once I have purchased it, it will be directly linked to my wallet. It should be noted that the +1 domain name is long in terms of characters, so it will be less expensive. And the lower the number of characters, the more expensive the domain name will be. We can very well use domain names with letters, but also with numbers. And you should know that domain names with numbers below 4 digits, for example below 10,000, they are super sought out because it's very easy to remember. You give your address to someone, it is 99999.ethereum. He cannot be wrong, he cannot make a spelling mistake, and therefore the shorter the mention, the more expensive the domain name will be. It can go up to 600 euros for 1 year. I think it's excessive, but there is still a sort of speculation going on about it. Many people buy domain names below 10,000 doesn't, precisely because they are speculating that people might want to buy it. There is another speculative aspect of brands with the names of obviously well-known personalities. For example, the puma.eth domain name would have been bought by the Puma company. On domain names at the time, they had people speculating, blocking and buying domain names hoping that companies would launch in the Web.3 in crypto, were interested in the domain name and would buy it at auction for more than they had initially purchased. Again, if you are interested in a domain name and your domain name is already taken, like what happened to me, for example for my YouTube channel, roadtomillions.eth, well, it is already registered. Someone already owns it, and if I absolutely want this domain name for my wallet, I can go here on OpenSea in the ENS Ethereum name service collection and do my little research. If I put, for example, here Road to Millions, I will be able to find this ENF. I will also be able to ask this person to buy it back by making an offer, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. I tried to buy it again for 1/10 of an ether, and that simply didn't work out. I'll try again, I'll try to buy it again under a domain name if I can get it for not too much money, and that's fine. Otherwise, too bad. Also, be careful with speculation. I would like to point out that I hold other domain names, for example the roadtomillions.polygon domain name, roadtomillions.crypto, roadtomillions.bitcoin, and all that I own, but when ENS came out with ETH points, well, I just wasn't aware of it. It's been a very long time since I bought domain names. You can see that I started buying them in 2021 when .eth arrived and I wasn't aware of them. I couldn't buy my other roadtomillions.eth domain, so someone else got it for me. So me, personally, to link to my wallet, well, I chose the Sourdagle.eth. Serpentine, or Slytherin, was already taken, but Sourdagle, well, it was not taken. And Sourdagle, or Ravenclaw, if you don't know, well, it's one of the Harry Potter houses where we have a lot of intelligent people who use their brains to work. That suits me perfectly. And besides, tell me in the comments what is your favorite house in the Harry Potter universe, and we will continue the video. So once you have your domain name, you can link it to your MetaMask wallet when you buy it, for example in .ethereum. It is directly linked to the wallet with which you purchased it, and then quite simply when you are on MetaMask and you want to make an Ether transfer, you can instead copy and paste the person's wallet address you want to send to, and you can simply take a note of his domain name. For example, if I want to send money to the person who owns the domain name roadtomillions.ethereum, who is not me at the moment, well, quite simply, I will come here and check it on MetaMask. Let's see roadtomillions.ethereum. So you can see that its wallet appears directly. You can see that it's the same, so it really works. I click on it, I can send the amount of ether I want, and that's it. It's super easy and I don't need to put in a really complicated address, and it makes the task a lot easier, especially when you use this exchange mode a lot with a lot of friends or other people. If you already have an ENS, well, tell me in the comments down below which one it is, and maybe on December 24th or December 25th, Santa Claus will come into your wallet and leave you a little gift, which I will give you in the meantime. I'll leave here at the end a video that might interest you on the crypto domain, so see you soon for the next video, and ciao!